Hey, what's up, bro friends? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Today's video is an extra special one because we are talking about our froze and how to get them back to our natural, curly, magnificent texture after putting all that heat on it. Yes, we are going over heat damage today, guys, and I know you all want to know what is the key to getting rid of all this heat damage that I did to my hair while I had in weaves, while I had my hair straightened, and even you transitioning girls as well. So we are going over the 5 ways of getting rid of heat damage without having to do that big chop. So let's get into the first one. Number 1 is doing a hair mask and a deep conditioning, especially with protein. So what happens when you have heat damage, chemical damage, any of that, is you break down the bonds in your hair. So everything, as we all know from basic chemistry, biology, you know, all that sciencey stuff going on, we know that everything has a chemical bond. So when you put heat on your hair, yes guys, that breaks down that bond in your hair. So in order to build back those bonds, we need A, moisture, and we need B, protein. So you want to use, you guessed it, proteins in order to build up those bonds again. So doing deep conditioners with that protein in it is going to help you bring back and revitalize your curls. As we all know, when we go to the gym and we work out, we do what? We come home and we eat protein. We ingest protein. So that's the exact same thing for your hair. So you will need to, you know, feed your hair with all that protein in order to strengthen those strands for them to return back to their original luster and all of that. But also the downside with protein is you can't use it too often. So putting too much protein in your hair is almost as bad as not having enough protein in your hair. Too much protein will cause your hair to get dry and very brittle. So you want to definitely space those protein treatments out. You don't want to do multiple protein treatments in a week because that can cause your hair to get too much protein and break off. So please monitor, make sure that you examine your hair, make sure that you know exactly, you know, what amounts of protein your hair needs in order for it to be moisturized and strong without getting too dry and brittle. Number 2, which is pretty much a no-brainer, is to stop putting heat on your hair. Yes, I said it, stop putting heat on your hair. Like I said in number 1, putting heat on your hair destroys and weakens the bonds in your hair. So if you want to restore your hair to that original texture, you need to stop with the heat. But if you are one of those people who need to put heat on your hair, I know for a lot of protective styling, we need to blow out our hair in order for it to look better in some protective styles. So if you are using heat, please do low temperature, low power in order to save those bonds in your hair, save your strands, and save your hair from potential heat damage. So I know a lot of curly girls are probably going to cuss me out for this 3rd point, but it is very, very necessary, especially if you are just now starting to wear your hair curly from transitioning to wearing it straight. Number 3 is clarifying your strands. Yes, I said it. Clarifying your strands with a sulfate shampoo. Now, I know that as curly queens, we do not like sulfates in our hair. We know that sulfates are very drying and that they are not good for curly strands. However, queens, If you are just now transitioning from straight hair products have a lot of silicones in them and other products that aren't really good for curly hair, especially when they build up on your hair over time. So in order to get those silicones and everything off of your hair, you need to strip them off your hair, aka sulfates. Using sulfates are going to clarify your strands and make sure that they are not weighed down by that buildup. The buildup on your strands can weigh your hair down so much that it could weigh down your curls, causing them to be more of a relaxed texture. Yes, guys, see, we're doing math here. Buildup equals straighter strands. So you need to clarify those off of your strands in order to return your hair to that maximum texture. Now that is where number 3 comes into number 1, because once you clarify your strands, then you moisturize them with your deep conditioner. So yes, we are, we're coming around full circle with everything. Clarify, then put that moisture back in. So I hope that makes sense. Now, I'm not saying to clarify your hair every week. I'm not saying to clarify your hair every 3 days. I'm saying whenever you feel like your hair has a lot of buildup on it, especially when you are first starting out on your curly hair journey, make sure that you clarify and get all of that nasty buildup off of your hair so that your curls can be free and they can flourish and they can just, look amazing. So that was number 3. Number 4. So number 4 is hot oil treatments. Yes, guys, we are talking about oils here. Today, we are going to talk about oils. Yes, guys. So hot oil treatments are very, very essential for us curly girls. However, there are different kinds of oils that you need to learn about in order to put on your hair. There are the penetrating oils and there are the sealing oils. Now, can we guess which ones we are supposed to put in our hair, especially when we are trying to make them sink into our strands? Yes, we are using the penetrating oils. So for the hot oil treatment, you will want to use penetrating oils such as coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil. We just want to make sure that we have those oils penetrate into our strands, going in there and doing its thing in order to make our strands look amazing and to make them moisturized and shiny and beautiful and, all that stuff that we want our hair to be. So we want to make sure that we use those oils for our hot oil treatments. And I personally like to do hot oil treatments before I wash, especially before I clarify. Yes, guys, once again, full circle. So before I clarify, I like to use those hot oil treatments in order to penetrate my strands so that the clarifying shampoos don't dry out my strands as much as they would if I didn't do them. So with those oils, yes, I know that a lot of people's hair is different. You have high porosity hair, you have low porosity hair, and sometimes you have the middle grade. So where do you stand in all of this? You will have to decide that and assess which oils work best for your hair. Is it coconut oil? Is it olive oil? Is it avocado oil? Is it a mixture of them all? Now, those aren't the only penetrating oils that they are. Those are the ones that I can name off my head right now. But if you look online, there is a list of penetrating oils that you can use. And, using them, cocktailing them, using only one, it doesn't matter. Just make sure that you assess your hair to know what your hair likes and what your hair doesn't like. Yes, it'll take a lot of trial and error, but that is what curly queens do. We work by trial and error with our hair because all strands are created differently. So the last and final point of how to get rid of heat damage is the most important, I feel like, in this whole list of things, which is Moisture is your best friend, and I'm not just talking about deep conditioners, hot oil treatments, or anything like that. I am talking about the number one component of moisture, which is water. Yes, guys, water. And I know as straight hair queens, we hated the thought of water touching our strands. But now as curly queens, we love water. Water is our BFF, okay? Water is our friend because it is going to train our hair to be curly. Now, Rachel, what is training your hair to be curly? Well, just like how I said that your hair needed protein, your hair is a muscle. Yes, think of your hair as a muscle. So it needs protein. It also needs to go to the gym and be trained, guys. The gym meaning the shower. The shower is your hair gym. So you go, you wet your hair, you make sure that all of those strands are coated with water, because that is how you are going to train your hair to become curly. So a great example is how when we had straight hair, we would train our hair to be straight. So we heat trained our hair. And then we also trained our hair so that we preserved our straightness by wrapping it at night. In order for it to become trained, we had to do that multiple times until it just automatically just swooped up into our little wrap. Well, it is the same thing with curly hair. You need to get in that shower, train your hair, make sure that all your strands are moisturized from root to tip, and train it to be curly and to be wet and to embrace that natural style. And that will help out a ton. I've seen it myself in my year or so curly hair journey, where my hair last year when I first got my diva cut was way more loose and relaxed than my curl pattern now. And that's because I've trained my hair after months and months of training to be its curly natural state without putting a lot of heat on it, without doing, changing the bonds in my hair. I've trained it. Now my hair is more preempted to be curly than it is to be straight. So if I were to straighten my hair, it would definitely poof up as soon as one drop of moisture touched it, because now it is moisture trained. So in order for your hair to reach its full potential, you will need to moisture train it. And that may not take days, it may not take weeks, it may take months, it may take years for it to become fully moisture trained, but in the end, you will see amazing results. For me personally, my hair is way more curlier than it was in August. So it definitely works, guys. Definitely works. But in conclusion, sounds like I'm wrapping up a speech, right? In conclusion, you all can achieve curly hair without having to cut your hair all the way off in order to restart and everything like that. But if you do just not want to deal with all of the, stringy parts, because like I said, I still have some stringy parts in here, guys. I'm not going to front and act like I don't have any more heat damage, because I definitely still do. It's definitely a process. It's not going to happen overnight. Coming from a person who did not do the big chop and just transitioned out my heat damage, it definitely works. So follow these 5 steps. I always recommend a good trim every now and then. The trim definitely cuts down your heat damage, fortifies your curls, and makes everything look very, very good in the meantime while you are growing your hair out to be a more curly fro queen. So try these 5 methods out, especially if you are experiencing heat damage and you don't know what to do in order to make it go away, and you don't necessarily want to do the big chop. So try out these 5 methods. And like I said, guys, in multiple videos before, use that comment section as a forum. Let me know in the comment section, what are your favorite oils to use on your hair? Go on ahead, write that below. Let me know what oils you love to use in your hair personally, so all of the fro friends can all grow together. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, why haven't you? Go on ahead, like this video first and click on my face, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.